So for two figures to be congruent, this is highlighted in the blue here, they need to have all of their corresponding sides congruent and all of their corresponding angles congruent. For two figures to be congruent, all of their corresponding parts must match up exactly. Now for triangles, that's a total of 6 parts, 3 sides and 3 angles. And as we've been talking about, there are some shortcuts around finding all 6 parts before you know that 2 triangles are congruent. And the first shortcut that we discussed was the SSS shortcut. The second shortcut that we're going to talk about today is actually the SAS shortcut. And so we're going to do a construction with just a straight edge and a compass, building a triangle using 2 sides, 2 given sides, and what's called the included angle, or the angle between those 2 sides. These are our parts that we're going to be using right here. We've got segment AB, which is one side. We've got segment AC, which is another side, and then we have an angle, angle A. Those are the 3 parts that we're going to use to build our triangle. And because we learned very early in the semester how to duplicate sides and how to duplicate angles, this really isn't going to be that tough of a construction. First thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and create a ray. And you know, you'd use your straight edge. Of course, I just have the straight line drawer here on the smartboard, but there it is. That is our ray. We're going to build this triangle on that ray. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to duplicate one of the segment lengths onto our ray. We've been duplicating segment lengths for a while now. This is a pretty quick, straightforward construction, but let's go ahead and do it. It really doesn't matter which side you do on the ray. I'm going to do the longer one. I just like to get the longer one out of the way right away. So we'll open up to the length of AB. I think we got it right there, huh? And we'll come down to our ray, and we will make our arc. Okay, so this ray, segment that we've copied on the ray, I guess I should say, is the length AB. And because we're using specific letters here, I'm going to go ahead and label that. This is point A, and this right here is point B. So 1/3 of my triangle is done. We were able to get line segment AB copied. I wonder what we're going to do next. What do you think? We're going to do segment AC, or are we going to do angle A? Well, if you guessed angle A, you were right. We are now going to, from either endpoint, well, I picked the left endpoint because I already labeled it A, duplicate the angle at that vertex. So I'm going to come over here to angle A. I'm going to make an arc through the angle. I'm going to come over to my vertex that I'm calling vertex A. I'm going to make an arc through where that angle is going to be. I'm going to come back over to angle A. I'm going to measure the distance between these arc intercept points. It's lined up just a little bit better. That looks about right, huh? Put a little arc there just to say, yep, that's the distance. And then I'm going to come over to, using that same exact distance, over to this arc intersect point and do that same distance there. Okay? And that is the construction of duplicating an angle. So the entire construction that we did earlier on in the semester where you duplicate an angle, this is what it was. I'm going to go ahead and draw a ray from my endpoint A through that intersection point, and that angle is copied. Now, this isn't really part of the construction, but it's just something we can do to kind of validate that we did this right. I'm going to go ahead and trace that angle here that we just constructed. And I kind of wanted those pieces to be stuck together. That's too bad. So let me try that one more time real quick. Just try not to pick my finger up this time. Bam. Okay. So there is the angle that we just constructed. Let's bring it over to the angle that we were supposed to duplicate. Looks pretty good, doesn't it? Looks like we got that angle pretty much right on. So now I have duplicated segment AB and I've duplicated angle A. The only thing left that I haven't played with up here is the remaining side AC. So what do you think is going to be next? If you guessed it probably has something to do with segment AC, you're the winner. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Using your compass, measure the remaining side length along the new ray that we just created. Duplicate this side length. So we're going to come over here. It's kind of nice that we know we're starting at vertex A, and vertex A is right down where we made the angle, so things match up. I'm going to measure off that side length right there. I think I might need to tick this rotation up just a tiny bit. And wow, it doesn't want to go to that exact distance. These are the times when I wish I could just do this on paper and pencil for you guys, but I think we got it right there. Yeah, well, I'm not sure why this won't give me the exact length. There it is. That one's better. Go. I'm going to take that distance to vertex A, and we're going to mark up the new ray, not the old ray. We already have a side there. We don't need a side there, but up the new ray, and that creates a new point right there that we're going to call vertex C. And we now have 3 vertices, and we have 2 sides of our triangle. The only thing left that we don't have is the third side, but I know the 2 vertices to connect. It's going to be vertex C and vertex B. So I'm going to go ahead and connect those 2 guys. And that's it. By the way, that was the 5th step. I guess I should uncover that for you, right? Using your straight edge, connect the 2 vertices that have not been connected. Now remember, we built this triangle right here. We built this guy using 2 sides and an angle. And to be a little bit more precise, we used segment length AB right here and the segment length AC right here, and then we used this angle right here. And for those of you guys playing at home, that's a side and an angle and a side, which in the order it's given is side, angle, side, which means that anybody who uses these 3 same parts with this order, puts the angle between the 2 sides, is going to get an absolutely identical triangle to the yellow triangle that we created here. This guy right here is going to be exactly the same for anybody using the same parts. So that was the construction of a triangle, given 2 sides and the angle between those 2 sides. Hope this was helpful, and we will catch you on the next construction, which will be constructing a triangle using angle, side angle, 2 angles and the side between them. Thanks.